Today we're going over all the info revealed from the Zenless Zone Zero version 1.6 special program. ZZZ continues to truck along with more new agents, new story content, and a boatload of events. For some free polychromes, be sure to redeem the code for this program, zzzero Anby. For this version, we have multiple separate storylines, so I'll try to make it easier to understand what's going on. First up, version 1.6 will have the main story, Season 1 Epilogue. It's titled Bury Your Tears with the Past, Part A. It would appear the epilogue may not fully wrap up in 1.6. In New Eridu, a major auction is going down, and apparently one of the items is linked to the sacrifice that we took down in Chapter 2. Phaethon is commissioned to win said item by Victoria Housekeeping's main benefactor, the Mayor of New Eridu. Standing in the way will be various power players from high society, as well as Mockingbird, the Phantom Thieves. If you've not played Lycon's agent story, I recommend doing so because we learn Lycon has history with Mockingbird, as was Hugo, who I assume is the leader. Hugo appeared in-game during 1.5, and he ended up stealing one of Ash's records. Another Mockingbird associate we got a peek at is Vivian, who will play a more prominent role this time. Considering Hugo and Vivian are not the new agents for 1.6, and 1.6 only having Part A of the epilogue, seems like they'll be back for more. That is assuming both of them are playable. Next, we have two agent stories. The first will be for Silver Soldier Anby, although it seems like they might be instead going with the name zzzero Anby. I guess we know why she's the face of the Zenless Zone Zero icon. Now for Anby's story, Echoes of Silver, Soldier 11 has gone missing. Trigger, who is Soldier 11's teammate from Obo Squad, will be joining Anby to search for her. We're going to learn more about Anby and Soldier 11's history, plus the Silver Squad. From my understanding, Anby was the leader of the Silver Squad, a military company which Soldier 11 was also a part of too. The outfit of zzzero Anby is her old Silver Squad uniform. At some point, Anby leaves and ends up joining the Cunning Hares. Soldier 11 joins Obo Squad, becoming its leader. We learned from the program that Trigger was from a different military division before the old capital fell. Her eyes got corrupted, and she's actually had contact with Phaethon via an old commission. It seems like Trigger's agent story, Out of Sight, is going to be focusing on what went down before. Similar to Hugo, we have also known about Trigger since the launch of the game. At the end of Soldier 11's agent story, Trigger is the sniper who helps us out. It will be interesting to see if and when we get more Obo Squad members. Soldier 11 has mentioned Captain Magus and an intelligent construct named Seed. I'll be doing guides on our newest agents in the future, but let's briefly discuss what was showcased in the program. zzzero Anby is an electric attack agent. Hitting foes applies a Silver Star mark, and continuous hits charges the mark up to 3 times. For every charge, Anby can use her regular special to dash through the enemy, consuming 1 charge. If you do this 3 times, Anby summons a lightning bolt for additional damage. As a new mechanic, the 1.6 agents introduce aftershock damage to the game. Anby's regular special and her thunderbolt count as aftershock damage. As part of her core passive, enemies with the Silver Star mark take additional crit damage from aftershocks. From her additional ability, if Anby is the on-foot agent, then marked enemies take increased aftershock damage from the entire squad. Anby needs support or stun teammates, and she's going to get bonus crit rate on top of the aftershock bonus damage. It's a little confusing, but just think of Aftershock as another ability such as EX special damage or ultimate damage. Speaking of which, you need to hold down special for Anby's EX special. She will throw her swords in a circle, and this applies 3 charges of the Silver Star mark. The same goes for Anby's ultimate. Basically, Anby's gameplay comes down to getting the mark to 3 charges, then regular special 3 times to trigger the extra Thunderbolt. It doesn't seem that complex, but this Anby certainly has way flashier moves than her stun counterpart. As for Trigger, she's an electric stunner. Unlike Qingyi, who requires a decent amount of field time, Trigger is literally going to be our off-field sniper. Before she can support the team, bring Trigger onto the field and hold basic attack to enter a scoped mode. I love the lower camera angle, it's so sick. Now for every shot Trigger hits, she gets 25 purge and can hold 100 purge points. Trigger can move in a direction and dodge attacks. If you release basic attack, she's going to do a finishing shot and trigger a quick assist. Once off-field, when allies hit enemies, Trigger consumes Purge to do a Harmonizing Shot, which is a 2-part attack. Using higher level moves like EX Special or Ultimates will cause a stronger Harmonizing Shot. I believe these are considered Aftershock moves. From her core passive, Trigger's Aftershocks apply a unique stun damage multiplier to the enemy that is always active. It appears to be plus 20%. Trigger does apply higher days, but she's better suited to agents who fight on field more. While Anby or Soldier 11 just whack with the enemy, Trigger can apply a constant smaller damage buff. To add more sniper coverage, Trigger's EX Special and Ultimate give allies a duration of coordinated support. This is a period of time where her aftershock attacks can trigger constantly with no cooldown and no purge cost. Worth noting, these moves are also going to trigger quick assist. Now obviously, Anby's going to pair very well with Trigger, but we have a third agent this version, and it's Pulchra. She's a physical stunner that will act as the A-rank version of Trigger. We didn't see too much, but basically Pulchra wants to do an EX special, perfect assist follow-up, chain attacker ultimate. This puts her in the Hunter's Gate state, which increases her days. Swap Pulchra out, and now when her allies do a special attack, Pulchra will target the enemy and hit them with 6 aftershock follow-ups. It seems like Pulchra needs to come back out more often, but it looks like she can provide a smoother swapping experience because she's the first stunner to have an evasive assist. It also appears to trigger a quick assist, and this applies to all of Pulchra's moves that put her in the Hunter's Gate state. Essentially, you can do an EX special, quick assist out, then let Pulchra do 6 aftershock follow-ups. You then use evasive assist with the follow-up and quick assist to get another 6 aftershocks. You can do the same for chain attacks and ultimates to just keep up the aftershock days building. Aftershock is the name of the game for this version. If you'd like to get the new Anby, she will be the first banner for the update. Her signature dub engine is called Severed Innocence and will get its own rate-up banner too. If you can't or you don't plan to get triggered, then Pulchra will be a boosted A rank on Anby's banner. Her signature is called Box Cutter. If you want Pulchra but not Anby, then you're in luck because everyone can get her for free in 1.6 from an event. Now Ben's going to be the second rate up A rank for this phase, and to bully the newest Sons of Caledon member, Bernice is rerunning in the first phase too. She's an exceptional anomaly agent due to her ability to trigger burn from off field. For the second phase, Trigger is going to be available with her signature Spectral Gaze. Ironically, Junyuan would probably prefer Changyi, but she's the rerun partner for phase 2. Still the only ether damage dealer, although that may change shortly. The rate up A ranks are going to be Lucy and Billy for phase 2. Since it's related, I wanted to cover the new Drive Disc sets in 1.6. As seen from the lightning symbol, Shadow Harmony is tailor-made for zzzero Anby. The 2-piece boosts aftershock damage and dash attack damage by 15%, that's a new one. The 4-piece will grant stacks for every aftershock or dash attack landed. Each stack grants 4% attack and 4% crit rate. You can get 3 stacks that last for 15 seconds, and this refreshes on repeated triggers. Anby's 3 regular special hits that consume her mark are aftershock attacks. Extremely easy to get the max 12% attack and 12% crit rate. Depending on their damage output, Shadow Harmony can also work for Trigger and Pulchra. It's a pure damage boosting set, and both of them do multiple aftershock hits often. Due to their off-field days build-up, they aren't the best for 4-piece Shockstar Disco. You could always use the 2-piece from that though. Now the second new set is Phaeton's Melody, and it's an odd one. 2-piece grants plus 8% Anomaly Mastery. For the 4-piece, when any agent uses an EX special, the equipper gets 45 Anomaly Proficiency for 8 seconds. If the EX special user is not the equipper gets 25% ether damage too. So, we do not have an ether anomaly agent. We have, however, seen a certain purple and black spiral design on Vivian's umbrella. As such, it's not a huge leap in logic to guess Vivian will be an ether anomaly agent and Phaeton's Melody is tailored to her. We'll have to wait and see. For now, the 2-piece effect is new. Instead of a double cast Jazz with Freedom Blue setup, you could replace one of those 2 pieces with Phaeton's Melody. We can find Anomaly Proficiency substats on Drive Discs. We cannot get extra Anomaly Mastery besides that Partition 6 main stat though. Moving on, let's go over all the fun events happening during 1.6. As usual, login bonuses for 10 encrypted master tapes and 10 boopons will be available. We will also have the usual double drops for leveling materials and Drive Discs. There's going to be a new trust event for Trigger and Pulchra. These will come with their dynamic wallpapers. I'm not entirely sure, but it sounded like zzzero Anby does not have any new trust events. To unlock her wallpaper, you just level up regular Anby. The rewards are going to be for both versions at the same time. With version 1.6 though, this is going to unlock the last trust level for Soldier 11. This means her wallpaper is finally available. For Hollow Zero, we are finally facing off against Geppetto. When doing the Lost Void Battlefront Purge for your weekly farming, you can choose between Bringer or Geppetto. They can summon bombs for the fight, and there's a good old dodge the moving walls phase. With this update, the max difficulty will be increased to 6 for Battlefront Purge, and there's new modifiers and strategies to enter with. To change up your farming runs, we have 4 new gears for Evelyn, Astra, Jane, and Corrin. Gears provide the exclusive new moves for this mode. Astra can use her sick laser beam from her assist follow-up, and Corrin can literally ride her buzzsaw around, which looks hilarious. Similar to version 1.5, there's going to be a new event with stages that highlight these agents and their new moves. For more Hollow Zero updates, there's going to be an event for special stages using various modifiers. It sounds like the base Lost Void mode will be getting new events as well, and a map refresh function. As part of the agent stories, Trigger's going to have a special game mode where it's a shooting gallery using her rifle. I love silly stuff using our agent's abilities. Speaking of silly events, Tully the Bamboo needs our help to save the world. In the March on Tiny Titan event, combat is from a top-down angle. Tully will be assisting with lasers, miniguns, missiles, and more. You can even upgrade their arsenal. Can we get this Bamboo for actual combat? Now, you're going to want to complete this event because this is how you get a free Pulchra. Next, in Little Knight's Big Charge, we have to assist the Bamboo Quixie. It sounded like this event is just going to be a variety of tasks, though they only showed us the need to take a picture. This event will reward a new collectible for your shells. Corrin's going to be leading a new VR event that's going to require you to bring the right agents to certain modified fights. This event will also feature special stages where you can use the new agents like Trigger or Anby. Pulchra will be having her own small event as part of her initiation into the Sons of Caledon. I have no idea what we're going to be doing, they didn't really show anything, but I assume it's just going to be a non-serious fun event. Next, there is a new boss to fight for Expert Challenge. The Lumberjack robot is going to be available, and I assume it's needed to level up Anby or Trigger. For better quality of life features, the Expert Challenge mode is offering double the materials for double the battery. This will only be for the S ranks featured on the current banners, so it's to just help you farm faster. This isn't double drops, it's just instead of needing to run a stage 10 times, you can run it 5 times for the same amount of rewards. Now for the various leveling screens in the game, instead of the upgrade menu closing after each big level up, it's now just going to stay open. Less hassle for fast leveling. For the special training plan system, you can now see the percentage of progress made toward your desired farming goal after completing a stage. If you press the return to upgrading button, it's now going to take you directly to the leveling screen instead of the special training plan. Sometimes it's the little features that are the best updates. That's about it for version 1.6 in Zenless Zone Zero. I thought the Anby alt was a curveball, but 1.6 featuring an epilogue to the Year 1 main story, plus involving Hugo and Vivian is another fun surprise. I'm still excited though to learn more about Anby. Why is she the one on the app icon? Are these Silver Soldiers clones? Hopefully we get some answers. I like that this update is bringing back characters we previously encountered. We've known about Hugo and Trigger since the launch of the game, and Pulchra was always hinted at joining the Sons of Caledon. Better start prepping those polygrams if you plan to pull, and good luck if Hugo and Vivian are indeed coming soon after. Be sure to finish the 1.5 events because we had a lot going on this update. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.